Tibialis anterior. It is originated from lateral condyle and upper two-thirds of tibial shaft interosseous membrane. It is inserted by the tendon into inferior surface of medial cuneiform and first metatarsal. It is supplied by the deep peroneal nerve at fifth lumbar. Extensor hallucis longus. It is originated from anteromedial fibular shaft and interosseous membrane. It is inserted at the distal phalanx of big toe, and it is supplied by the deep peroneal nerve at 4th and 5th lumbar and 1st sacrum. Extensor digitorum longus. It is originated from lateral condyle of tibula, proximal 3/4 of fibula, interosseous membrane. It is inserted at the middle and distal phalanges of 2nd and 5th toes via extensor expansion. It is supplied by deep peroneal nerve at 5th lumbar and 1st sacrum. Peroneus tertius. It originates at distal anterior surface of the fibula, also the interosseous membrane. It is inserted at the dorsal surface of 5th metatarsal. It is supplied by the deep peroneal nerve at 5th lumbar and 1st sacrum.
Gastrocnemius. Origin by two heads from middle and lateral condyles of femur. Insertion posterior calcaneus via calcaneal tendon. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve S1 and S2. Soleus. Origin superior tibia, fibula and interosseous membrane. Insertion posterior calcaneus via calcaneal tendon. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve L5 to S2. Plantarius. Origin posterior femur above lateral condyle. Insertion via a long thin tendon into calcaneus or calcaneal tendon. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve S1 and S2. Flexor hallucis longus. Origin mid shaft of fibula, interosseous membrane. Insertion tendon runs underfoot to distal phalanx of big toe. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. Flexor digitorum longus. Origin posterior tibia. Insertion tendon runs behind middle malleolus and insert into distal phalanx of 2nd and 5th toes. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve L5, S1 and S2. Tibialis posterior. Origin posterior surface of tibia, posterior surface of fibula and interosseous membrane. Insertion tuberosity of navicular bone, all cuneiform bones, cuboid bone, basis of metatarsal bones, 2nd to 4th toe. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve L4 and L5. Popliteus. Origin lateral condyle of femur, posterior horn of lateral meniscus of knee joint. Insertion posterior surface of proximal tibiae. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve L4 to S1.
Peroneus longus. It is originated from head of fibula, proximal two-thirds of lateral surface of fibula, intermuscular septa. It is inserted at the medial cuneiform bone, first metatarsal bone. It is supplied by the tibial nerve from 4th lumbar to 1st sacrum. Peroneus brevis. It is originated from distal two-thirds of lateral surface of fibula, anterior inner muscular septum. It is inserted at the tuberosity of the 5th metatarsal bone. It is supplied by the superficial peroneal nerve at 5th lumbar and 1st sacrum.
Extensor digitorum brevis originated from superolateral surface of calcaneus bone, interosseous talocalcaneal ligament, and inserted into extensor digitorum longus tendons of 2nd to 4th toes. It is supplied by deep peroneal nerve and has a root value of lumbar 5 and sacral 1. Extensor hallucis brevis originated from superolateral surface of calcaneus bone and inserted into the proximal phalanx of great toe. supplied by deep peroneal nerve and has a root value of sacral 1 and sacral 2. Abductor hallucis brevis originated from medial process of calcaneal tuberosity, flexor retinaculum and plantar poneurosis and inserted into the base of proximal phalanx of grade 2. It is supplied by medial plantar nerve and has a root value from sacral 1 to sacral 3. Flexor digitorum brevis originated from medial process of calcaneal tuberosity, plantar poneurosis and intermuscular septum and inserted into the middle phalanges of 2nd to 5th digits. It is innervated by medial plantar nerve and has a root value of sacral 1 and sacral 2.
Flexor hallucis longus. Origin mid shaft of fibula, interosseous membrane. Insertion tendon runs underfoot to distal phalanx of big toe. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve L4, L5, S1, S2 and S3. Flexor digitorum longus. Origin posterior tibia. Insertion tendon runs behind middle malleolus and insert into distal phalanx of 2nd and 5th toes. Nerve. It is innervated by tibial nerve L5, S1 and S2.
Lumbricals. Origin is in the tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Insertion of this muscle is in the medial basis of proximal phalanges and extensor expansion of digits 2 to 5. Medial plantar nerve with the root value of S2 and S3 supplies the lumbrical of the first toe. Lateral plantar nerve with the root value of S2 and S3 supplies the lumbrical muscle of the 2nd to 4th toe. Flexor digitorum accessories. Origin of this muscle is in the medial surface of calcaneus bone, lateral process of calcaneal tuberosity. Insertion is in the tendon of flexor digitorum longus. Nerve is supplied by the lateral plantar nerve with a root value of S1 to S3. Adductor hallucis. Origin of the oblique head is in the basis of metatarsal bones of digits 2 to 4, cuboid bone, lateral cuneiform bone, tendon of fibularis longus. Transverse head is originated in the plantar metatarsophalangeal ligaments of toes 3 to 5, deep transverse metatarsal ligaments of toes 3 to 5. Insertion of this muscle is in the lateral aspect of base of proximal phalanx of great toe. Again, the nerve is supplied by the lateral plantar nerve with a root value of S2 and S3. Flexor digiti minimi brevis. Origin of this muscle is in the base of metatarsal bone of digit 5 and the long plantar ligament. Insertion of this muscle is in the base of proximal phalanx of digit 5. Again, the nerve is supplied by the lateral plantar nerve with a root value of S2 and S3.
Peroneus longus. It is originated from head of fibula, proximal 2/3 of lateral surface of fibula, intermuscular septum. It is inserted at the medial cuneiform bone, 4th metatarsal bone. It is supplied by the tibial nerve from 4th lumbar to 4th sacrum. Peroneus brevis. It is originated from distal 2/3 of lateral surface of fibula, anterior inner muscular septum. It is inserted at the tuberosity of the 5th metatarsal bone. It is supplied by the superficial peroneal nerve at 5th lumbar and 1st sacrum.
Dorsal interossi. Origin is from the opposing sides of metatarsal bones of digits 1 to 5. Insertion, talking about first toe, is in the medial base of proximal phalange of digit. Talking about 2nd to 4th toe, lateral bases of proximal phalanges and extensor expansion of digits 2 to 4. It is supplied by the lateral plantar nerve with a root value of S2 and S3. Plantar interossi. Origin is from the medial aspects of metatarsal bones of digits 3 to 5. This muscle is inserted in the medial basis of proximal phalanges and extensor expansion of digits 3 to 5. It is supplied by the lateral plantar nerve with the root value of S2 and S3.